Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. All right, I've got a friend named Bob, and we were outside, and it was raining. It wasn't raining cats and dogs, but it had been on and off raining pretty good. I had an umbrella. Hey, Bob, you want to let's share this umbrella to get to the car? He looks at me with a grin. He says, when you're Bob, you don't need an umbrella. I dodged the raindrops, and off he went running. Now, I'm not sure that that's all that smart. I'll leave that to you to decide. But I do find it a wonderful illustration of today's word that I want to look at in my video thought for the day. So I've been looking this week at direction words. We did up, and we did down, and we did in the middle. And today we're looking at a Hebrew word, tachat. And tachat means below, or the under part, underneath, if you will, or beneath. It's used in directions in the sense of being underneath something else, but it's also used in a sense of a metaphor of sorts, much like we do today when we talk about being under. It's used of being under someone's authority or someone's control and under the subjection to someone. And so within that idea of tachat, being under the authority or the subjection of someone, I want to talk to you about a question that I have for you. And that's this: where do you stand today? It's the question I'm asking me. Today, where am I going to stand? Under what authority, control, subjection? So this word is used, for example, in the Exodus account, where God rescues the Israelites from being under, tachat, being under the burdens of the Egyptians, or under, tachat, the hand of Pharaoh. We can stand and be subject to. We can stand and be under the control of things that weigh us down and burdens in this life that make it really, really tough and challenging to make it through the day with even a shred of joy. That's one place to stand. But there's another place to stand, and that is under God, tachat of God. Now, you might be saying, but isn't everything under God? And yes, in a biblical sense, there's a real biblical pronouncement that all things are under heaven, and everyone is under heaven, and everything is under heaven. And to that extent, all of us are under God's ultimate authority and control. But there's a difference between living and walking and standing under God's ultimate control and standing under His blessing. And that's what I want to talk about. You see, God spoke of Israel as His people, as being under His blessings as a spouse. So as a spouse, as Israel or as God's people, live and honor Him as a spouse, then under His authority, under His control, they live under His blessings. Now, this is interesting because you can also leave the blessings of God and live outside on your own. You can try and dodge those raindrops and leave the umbrella. And Hosea talks about this. Hosea 4 verse 12 is a very significant passage for understanding this usage of the word. In Isaiah 4:12, it says, my people inquire of a piece of wood. What Isaiah is saying there is the people were using wood to try and discern what to do, like spin the piece of wood, use wood as a diviner, use wood as someone to tell them where to go. It says, my people inquire of a piece of wood, and their walking staff or stick gives them oracles. And then Hosea says, for a spirit of whoredom has led them astray. A spirit that is not of God, not living as under the control and authority of God in a sense as a spouse. They've been led astray. And it says, and they have left their God to play the whore. What's translated left their God is tachat. They went out from under his blessing. So where do you stand today? Are you going to stand under the blessings of God by staying under his control and authority? Or are you going to defy him and go out and try and dodge the raindrops? By the way, Bob ran out through those raindrops, slipped in a puddle, fell flat, got rained on above, got water from below, wet as a melted popsicle when he got into the car. We got a humorous story out of it. But I want to walk today under the blessings of God. I don't want to leave them for something else. How about you?